Hi, Sharon Brennan here, Cottage Lane Stamper. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I am going to show you how to put together this card. It is from I just had it here, Floral Essence stamp set. Actually, it's the bundle. It's bundled with the Perennial Flower punch, and we're going to be using almost all the stamps in the stamp set today, except for these two sentiments and this center. So we're going to start with a piece of 8.5 by 4 or by 5.5 piece of white cardstock, scored at 4 1/4, and I see I've already got a smudge on here, but we're going to cover that up. So not sure how that happens. I get ink on my hands constantly, so I keep my little chamois handy, which is really good for wiping my hands off. So we're just going to attach this. Glue doesn't want to come out very well. And I always end up getting glue on my fingers. Now this DSP does have kind of a directional pattern to it, so you want to make sure that you got your flowers facing up towards the sun. There we go. And I didn't notice this before until I just put this down, but the paper actually has kind of a linen texture to it, so I'm getting a little shadow in here. I'm not sure if I can fix that or not. There. So we got that, and then we're going to start stamping with the flowers. I'm going to work from top to bottom, and we are using rich raspberry to cover it up. Okay. And the other two colors we're going to be using besides rich raspberry is Old Olive and crushed curry. So we're going to start with our largest flower at the top, and I'll make sure I get this inked really good. And hope this. Leave it there for a couple seconds to get in a good impression. Using my photopolymer mat. There we go. Because it helps also with a better impression on your images. Stamp that one here. And I need to find my chamois because I think I just got ink on my fingers. That away. And then we are going to stamp the stems in Old Olive. Stamp this one here. I think I'm going to go right here. And this one kind of off to this direction. And then the leaves, I'm going to put right here. And then there's a single leaf for the other one. And there's kind of an up and down. You can see that. There, put that there. And I'm going to put that away. And then we're going to stamp the center of the flowers with crushed curry. And I like to put these tiny little stamps. I put them on the end of I think it's, the G block. Put one on each end. And one has kind of a V on the bottom. You can see that. And that one is going to go in this flower here. So I just ink that up. Try to center it as good as I can. Not too bad. And turn it around and ink up the other one. There. Oh, that one's almost perfect. How about that? It doesn't happen very often. And right now we are going to set this aside. Well, we're going to do one more thing. I'll put this away. And I'm going to take some of this polka dotted ribbon, and I'm going to cut a piece. And take some snail, and I'm just going to run it across the card here where I want the ribbon. And I'm going to lay that on here so you can get it straight. And then I'm going to cut off the excess pieces here off the side. It's easier than trying to cut off the exact same piece and size and then trying to center it and everything. You waste a little bit, but it saves on the stress level. So anything I can do to save on stress level, I will do. So there we have that, and we're going to set this aside, and we are going to stamp our leaves and our flowers. So I'm going to use just a scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to stamp 2 of these leaves. I need to ink back out. And the punch goes this direction, so that's the direction I'm going to stamp my flowers. Oh, and that might have been a little too close to the edge. I'm going to stamp the other one up a little bit higher. And then we're going to stamp our leaves too. We'll need 3 leaves. So we'll get old olive out of back again. And this leaf punch, this one came out last year, but gosh, there's so many, there's 2 or 3 different stamp sets that it coordinates with, which is really nice. I like when they do that. So I'm going to stamp 3 of these. Really stuck to the paper there. And we're going to use our punch here and punch these out. Let's see how good I do. I've got weak hands, so I have to lay it down, and actually that's probably the easiest way to do it anyway. I'll do them upside down. I always punch everything upside down so you can center it, and then as close as humanly possible. And let's see. Oops, I don't know what it's like where you are. I live in Minnesota, and it's October 11th, so paper pumpkins are being processed today. And they have snow in North Dakota. I'm not ready for snow yet. I can't get my car in my garage. My son had an accident with his, and he hasn't had his car repaired yet, and so I have to store it in the, I gotta cut that out because it's interfering here. I'm storing it in my garage, so I can't get my car in. I just bought a new car, so a little sad about that. But, oh, get this one. There. I'm not, October is too early for snow, but I can't remember what year it was. 98. Minnesota, we had the great Halloween snowstorm. Can't believe it. I don't remember. I think we got over a foot of snow that year. So we're going to bring this back in, and actually I'm not doing that yet. I'm going to color these with our Stampin' Blends, and I'm using Rich Raspberry here. And I like to take my darkest color, and where they've shaded, I'll just go over that with the darkest color. And to give it some dimension. And then I go back over it with the lighter color, kind of blend it all in. I'm thankful for these shading marks because I am not artistic at all. And we've got some wonderful graphic designers, conceptual artists, or whatever they're called, I'm not sure, but they're great at coming up with designs for new stamps. And if you go back and look over the catalogs over the years, you'll just see how Stampin' Up! Has just gotten better and better every year. So, I haven't done much in the way of videos. I've been working on my craft fair stuff, and I've got that all ready. So craft fairs are starting up here. I'm just doing one, but it's nice because I can drop the stuff off and 3 days later go and pick it up and I don't have to sit there, so it's worth it for me to do that. I'd like to hear in the comments if any of you participate in craft fairs, or what do you do with most of your cards that you make? I give them away. I've got to make a card for my pastor. It's Pastor Appreciation Week. So now I'm going to bring this back in, and I need to get one more thing. Little floral centers. They are called Perennial Essence Floral Centers. There we go. So we're going to take a glue dot and stick these together. And I don't know if you know what, I should have done this before I put the glue dot on. If you have a stylus like this, you can actually run these down the center of your flower. Whoops. And it'll curve up the petals a little bit. Maybe with the paper under there it's not working as well. But it kind of gives it a little bit of dimension. So we're going to put these two together. I'm going to do that with this one too. Whoops, wrong end. That would have been terrible. Kind of curves it up a little bit. There. And so we're going to stick those together, and then we take a regular size dimensional. And they now have, we have black dimensionals too, so if you have a darker color, the white, you don't have the chance of the white showing through. So we're going to put this here. I'm going to put it on the paper so it sticks better. Then take more glue dots, put our flowers, and we could do this, or leaves I should say. We could do the curving with the leaves too, and go from inside to the outside, I believe. Or is it the outside to the inside? There we go. Yep. Give that a little dimension. I'm gonna stick that. I gotta stick that over farther because it is not going to fit in the envelope otherwise. There. That's good. And our third one. Sorry for the squeaky table. I don't have a very big loft, and I work on a folding table, so or a loft for my craft space, I should say, and it's a very big space, so kind of cramped a little bit. Anyway, then we're going to take one of these little, they're self-adhesive on the back. Just peel off the backing. Oh, and put it in the center of our flower. And then I'm going to take a piece of, I'll close those, otherwise I'll spill them all over. This is Highland Heather, and I'm still going to use the Rich Raspberry and stamp my sentiment. And I'm going to be cutting it out with one of the dies from the Stitch Nested dies. And I think I forgot to tell you the size of that DSP. It's 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, 5 1/2. Sorry. So I'm going to go cut that out, and I will be right back. Now, if you wanted to know what size it was, it's kind of messed up a little bit. Sorry. I'll put this one here, and it's like the what? 1, 2, 3rd, 4th largest. So I'll put these like this. There. If you wanted to know what size it was, and there's also a straight die which I used yesterday in a card. So if you go to my Facebook group page, it's called Cottage Lane Stamper and Friends with an ampersand. You'll see the card that I did there yesterday. Anyway, these are the stitched nested label dies. So, and we're going to take this and a couple of dimensionals. We're all done. There you are. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And go to my Facebook group for any updates about Stampin' Up! Or promotions coming out. And again, that's Cottage Lane Stamper, and I'll put it here at the bottom, Cottage Lane Stamper and Friends. And for any of the supplies that you wish to purchase, you can go to my store, which is SharonBrennan.stampinup.net. And I'll put that down here too. So thanks for stopping in today. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you give it a try, let me know. Take care and God bless.